our first visit for 2018 to Frampton Marsh today, and as we enter the reserve, the air is filled with flocks of birds. We're going to visit 2 of the 3 hides on the reserve, this one being the reedbed hide. As you walk into the hide, the left-hand windows overlook this large expanse of water and back towards the visitor centre and car park. And as you can tell by that rather melodic honk, it's mainly greylags that are out there. But there are other species. We've got widgeon, a female goldeneye off in the distance there. It's the first goldeneye of the year. And a little bit closer, Britain's commonest wader, the redshank. Called a redshank for obvious reasons. Also the odd lapwing dotted here and there. And being slightly obscured by the greylags, we've got 3 little egret there. Well, the opposite side of the reedbed hide looks out over the large scrape and down towards the 360-degree hide, and there's a mass of birds just been sent up into the air, so we're going to head down there. Well, this is the 360-degree hide, excellent hide, really big hide, with a 360-degree or almost view over the scrape and surrounding water, and all the way up to the bank that overlooks the wash. There's 3 of us here today. Joining me, my old friend Mick. We've been friends for a long time, and he's out with me most Sundays, and also Simon Watts of Wild Presentations. It's Simon's first time on the reserve. Well, there should be much more to see from this hide, so let's see what's out there. We've got lapwing and also brent geese. These are dark-bellied brent geese. Frampton Marsh is excellent for those. Also a small flock of golden plover and teal. Lovely views of these male teal. Beautiful markings. Teal feed by sifting through the mud for their food. Let's see what else is on view. These are dunlin. The last time we came to the reserve last August, there was a huge flock of these birds here. Probably the biggest flock I've ever seen or filmed on that occasion. There's just a couple out there today. There's a small flock of birds just flown in front of the hide there. These are actually skylark. Lovely to see. Frampton Marsh is also very good for skylark. Nothing better than the sound of a skylark singing on a spring or summer day in the UK. Well, there's many more widgeon on view from this hide, grazing on the grass there. Totally different feeding habits to the teal. These are grazing ducks. They'll feed on grass, aquatic plants and roots, and they have a amber status with the RSPB. We've got a couple of little egret fishing in front of us there. Well, when we first came onto the reserve this morning, we looked up into the sky, and way up high there was a massive flock of golden plover, really high, and they've started to descend onto the scrape now. According to the RSPB Frampton Marsh website, it's been estimated that there's around 6,000 birds. I filmed a large flock of golden plover at Cly a few years ago, and last year there were quite a few at Titchwell, but not anything like this. An awesome sight. And of course sound, that lovely fluting chatter that's constant. They congregate in large flocks like this in winter. Then in spring and summer they'll move to the breeding grounds in the uplands of northern England and Scotland, and they range from Iceland right across the Arctic tundra, and they'll come south for the winter. Really are stunning birds, beautiful golden colour, and then in summer, during the breeding season, their breasts will be black. We were wondering in the hide what the collective noun for golden plovers was, and actually it's a congregation. Well, as if the sight of in excess of 6,000 golden plover descending on the scrape wasn't awesome enough, it was quickly followed by a huge skein of dark-bellied brent geese descending on the scrape and also the surrounding fields to feed. What a cracking day it's been here at Frampton Marsh, and what an experience for Simon on his first visit. I'll leave you with some music and some slow motion footage of this wonderful aerial display. We'll see you next time.